Miss Santos, you are here today because you say the love of your life and the father of your child, Raymond Colon, was fatally shot just 6 months ago. You are petitioning the court for a paternity test to prove to his mother that he was and is the father of your 4-year-old son, Julius. Ms. Colon, you have the court's deepest sympathy for the loss of your son. In your statement, you argue that your son, Raymond, is not Ms. Santos's child's father because you know she was also sleeping with another man during the time her son was conceived. Furthermore, you say you believe the only reason Ms. Santos is claiming that your son is the father is because she wants to collect his Social Security and life insurance benefits. So, Ms. Santos, tell us how you ended up with Mr. Colon.
Okay, I was friends with another man. We had relations and everything. It was Raymond's 20th birthday. She threw a bash for him. We were out eating good, music good, drinking good. So I was, feeling it. I was in my little vibe. He came up to me and smashed a cupcake in my face. That's how we always play.
When we do a party, if the birthday boy gets lunch a birthday cake.
Okay.
That's normal.
Family tradition.
Family
So
tradition.
then what happens?
So he
Santos?
threw a cupcake in my face and he was like, come on, let's go clean it off. So he took me to his bathroom and he kissed me.
Okay.
You should have respected
And
that.
I did at first, but I pushed him back,
cousins.
but I was feeling good. We was feeling good. Like,
So you just
we're
went with the
not
flow.
blood. We're
So
not
the
blood.
bottom
that
line-
was my whole thing. We're not blood.
But in the end, you did give in and you slept with him.
I did.
Okay.
I slept
Was it a
with him.
one-time thing or were you having a relationship?
No, it was one morning. It happened a couple of times that morning.
But you were in a relationship with somebody else.
Yes, I was. And Raymond knew that.
And sexually active with that person as
Yes.
well as Mr. Colon.
Well,
Yes.
that's my case.
And this was around the time of conception.
Yes.
Ms. Colon, thank you for coming today. Now you are
Raymond Colon's sister, older, only sister.
Mr. Colon's sister
Yes.
and Miss Colon's daughter.
Daughter. I'm here on this side because my brother will be here saying that that's his son.
You believe Juju is your brother's
Yes,
son.
I believe that's my nephew.
You believe it's your nephew.
Yes.
Why is it you believe it?
He told me that he had got Sarah pregnant. And I was like, what, are you serious? And so I went and I confronted her. I heard that baby might be my brother's. And she started laughing. She was like, well, there's a chance that it could be, but you know my situation. Me and her hang out all the time. As you know, we grew up as cousins.
Yes.
So me and her are like always together. I'm not going against what my mom says or anything because we did grow up as cousins. But my brother and her did have relations.
Why do you think your mom is so in denial over the fact that your brother may potentially be Juju's father?
She doesn't believe that my brother would do something like that behind her back.
Do you understand her doubt?
Yes.
As
yes.
her daughter, you understand her doubt.
Yes.
You just don't have the same doubt.
Yes, true. I'm not going against with whatever my mom says because my mom is totally right. Whatever she says, she's right. You know what I'm saying? But
Now
she's
that's
right.
a good
my
daughter,
mom.
isn't it, Miss Colon?
She knows who cooks for her.
Okay.
That's my mom.
You know what side your bread is buttered on, right?
Exactly. That's my mom. But I'm here because my brother told me from the beginning that's his baby. You know what I'm saying? And
There was a lot of
he took
confidence
care of
between
him.
them.
Juju, still to this day, he asks for Papi. And who's Papi? My brother.
In the case of Santos versus Colon, when it comes to the paternity of 4-year-old Julius Juju Santos, it has been determined that Mr. Raymond Colon is not father.
I knew it. I knew it. I knew it.
I know this was not the news you wanted to hear today.
I'm just grateful that my son was raised with a great man.
And now it's time to honor his memory. And Ms. Cologne, after you do have a chance to just grieve the loss of your son, because you deserve that and you need that, I'm hoping that you will consider at least welcoming her back into your heart, because ultimately this was a child that was truly blessed and affected in a positive way because of your baby.
Yes. If one day she comes back to Chicago and it's close to us and comes to visit or something, and I could teach the child, you know, a little bit of manners, more than what my son did, I can't do.
That's what family is about. Ms. Garcia, you claim that before your father's death, Ms. Huffman, who is 31 years younger than him and 6 years younger than you, contacted you claiming to already have one child by your dad and was pregnant with another. You have petitioned the court for a DNA test to protect your father's estate and his name by supporting what he told you, that he is not the father of the defendant's 2 daughters. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Huffman, you admit your relationship with the plaintiff's father was not a stable one, but claim you are certain he fathered your children. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
And how old was Claudia when you first heard about her, that she potentially could be your sister?
Around 2 years old.
2?
And she contacted me about it.
And what happened in that conversation?
She messaged me on Facebook and she said that she was pregnant with a child and that she had a 2-year-old daughter and that they were my dad's. And he basically said that, yes, that he was messing around with her, but he didn't believe that those were his children because she got around. He pretty much said that they weren't his.
And your father was alive at this time.
Correct.
And Claudia was 2.
Yes.
So in 2 years' time, your father had never mentioned to you once, there's a woman out here that either claims I have a child or you may have a sister. I mean, not a mention of Claudia, the child?
Well, I have 5 other brothers and sisters.
Okay.
And he's never denied them. Always came straight forward. These are my children. I've known them since they were babies. Like, never had an issue about that. But then when she was pregnant with them, I never knew about them.
Did you even know anything about Miss Huffman?
No. When I spoke to him and asked him, why don't you think these girls are yours? And he pretty much told me that one day she was at his house and he couldn't find her, so he went looking for her, and he saw her in the backyard with the neighbor, and she was giving him oral sex.
Whoa! Miss Huffman, is that true?
No, it's not.
Did her father actually catch you with another man?
No.
He did not?
No.
So when it was off, you weren't on with anyone else?
No, Your Honor.
So in your mind, there was nobody else? No. There's no other possibility when it comes to the father of your children?
No.
So what are your hopes today? What are your hopes, Miss Huffman?
To get the results for my kids, to be able to financially make it with them with their health issues and not having to struggle. I'm going without to do for them. There's times where I don't even have a phone because I'm putting it in for the kids.
Ms. Garcia, what are your hopes?
I hope that they are my sisters, and I hope to tell them about my dad and what a wonderful man he was.
In the case of Garcia versus Huffman, when it comes to 2-year-old Emily Huffman, it has been determined by this court the percentage of relatedness between Emily Huffman and Carrie Garcia is 99.9%. You are related. those are your sisters. How does that feel to hear?
This is the first time I've really seen them in action. I've seen very few pictures of them, and Emily looks like me when I was a baby. And I'm glad to know that they are my sisters. And I would love to be in their lives.
I want you in their life.
Ms. London, just 3 weeks ago, you met Ms. Drake, who claims she is your biological sister. You admit her mother and your father were married, but believe Ms. Drake is claiming you are related just to get money from you and your other siblings. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Drake, you claim that you've always known that Neil London is your biological father and the plaintiff is your sister. You say Ms. London is the only person in her family who is denying paternity. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
So, Ms. London, you don't believe the defendant is your sister. Explain.
I'm here today to find out if Nakai is in fact my biological sister. My father never, ever told me that she was. Had he told me, I would not be here.
One of your family members, Mr. Rashid London, submitted this statement to the court. This is Kimberly and Dolores's brother. I know my father married Tawana. He told me that they had a child together. I remember him telling me that I have a younger sister named Nakai. He was very serious about having a relationship with her and that he wanted us to have a relationship with her. Why does that affect you so much to hear, Ms. Drake? Can you tell the court?
Yes, I can, Your Honor, because Neil was such an amazing father, and I feel like that maybe he knew that this day was going to come. I don't question my parents on the decisions that they made in their lives, but to hear that, oh my God, however Neil felt, I mean, he knew I was his, and that said that right there, and that's him.
On the phone with the court is Tawana Barrett, mother of Nakai Drake. Ms. Barrett, can you hear me?
Yes, I hear you good. Mm-hmm.
Thank you so much for being here. I want to ask you, Ms. Barrett, do you believe Neil is Nakai's biological father?
No, I don't. I don't believe that.
I don't know.
Why don't you believe that?
Because I was married to Eugene Howard. She knows better, too.
You say she knows better.
She should.
What does that mean? Why should she?
I wasn't landing back with y'all.
Because Eugene Howard is her daddy.
And
She never called Neil daddy. She called him by his name, Neil.
she never called him daddy.
No.
What did she call the other man, Mr. Howard?
She called him daddy.
When it comes to 38-year-old Nakai Drake, it has been determined by this court. The percentage of relatedness between Nakai Drake and Kimberly and Dolores London is 0.00%. You are not related.
They can accept that. They can accept that. I know. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. All right. It's okay. It's all right. We know the truth and we can move on, okay? We know the truth and we will. We'll be just fine. We'll be good.
Ms. Banks, you say the defendant is pinning her baby on your son, Daryl, who was tragically murdered before her child was born. You say Daryl told you he didn't believe he was the father, and you intend to prove that today. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Hawkins, you state Ms. Banks has no idea how much Daryl loved you. You say Ms. Banks is denying her son's legacy, Jasani, and you claim today's DNA results will prove Daryl is the father. Is
Yes,
that
Your
correct?
Honor.
Ms. Hawkins, can you explain to the court the nature of your relationship with the deceased Daryl?
Daryl and I had a strong relationship. We were on and off. I loved him very much. He loved me very much. When I told him I was pregnant, he wanted me to keep it. We got back together and we started working on it.
When you were broken up, were you all seeing other people?
Yes, he was seeing someone else and so was I.
And so if you got pregnant during the time you broke up and you were seeing someone else, could this other person potentially be your child's father?
No, Your Honor, because I was only with someone else for 2 weeks. When I found that I was pregnant, I was about 6 weeks pregnant.
So you feel like you were already pregnant before you and Daryl broke up?
Yes.
When you told Daryl you were pregnant, what did he say to you?
He was happy, he wanted me to keep it, and he wanted to get back together.
Daryl passed while Ms. Hawkins was pregnant.
Yes, ma'am.
While Ms. Hawkins takes a minute, I will speak with you, Ms. Banks.
Okay.
Once he passes, do you try to form a relationship with Ms. Hawkins?
Yes, I tried to form a relationship with her because I knew Jada's situation. She's young. I have a bunch of kids. I have a house. So I talked to Jada on the phone and I said to her, well, Jada, come on, move to Houston with us. I can help you better if you live close to me. I bought Jada a one-way ticket. Yes, it was a one-way ticket because you were supposed to be coming. I get to the airport with balloons in my hand, excited because this is all that I have left of my son that was tragically murdered. I'm standing in the airport like an idiot. This one's nowhere around. I'm looking for a girl that I've never met.
And she never showed.
She never showed. And then when I called her on the phone, she didn't even answer the phone.
What happened? Why didn't you go?
I only didn't get on the plane because at the time, Daryl had just passed. She was going through a lot, calling me, picking fights with me, threatening me, making me feel, I don't know you. Like you said, I never met you in person. I don't know you, and I'm going to jump on a plane to come move with you.
I was threatening you?
No.
For what?
You threatened me to this day.
And so, Ms. Banks, you interpreted her failure to come as this probably isn't my son's baby because she doesn't want the help of his mother.
And she's acting nervous and scared. I have 7 kids.
I mean, you've had 7 children. You do know how vulnerable you feel when you're pregnant. Do you understand how she maybe got nervous and just did not want to be in a new environment?
She should have just said that.
Well, yeah, but at
all that mouth she got.
That's a lot of pressure.
She got
a lot of pressure on me at that time.
She wasn't scared. She lied. Look at all that mouth she got. Where you see scared at it?
Well, I wasn't gonna say she was scared. What I was going to say, Ms. Banks, is that at early 20s, you just don't always make the right calls.
I'm still mourning. I'm still sad. I'm still crying every day. How can you be so eager to have another man? You just keep getting more men.
But Ms. Banks, okay, take a breath. You say, as much as you express that you are upset with Ms. Hawkins, you say, this baby's all I have. This baby's all I have. Are you just so hurt? And listen, I couldn't put myself in your shoes.
She knows how hurt I am. Somebody murdered your child. I want to know how you gonna react. Just because you went off and got another.
Listen, Ms. Banks.
That is not what you said.
Ms. Banks.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm here with you. I'm right here with you, and I understand your pain, and I'm right here. Is it your hope that you do have that legacy of your son?
Yes.
So you do really hope. And that's why, despite the doubt, you still sent the ashes, you sent the clothes.
Yes. If I didn't like her, there was nowhere she was gonna be.
Okay.
She would never be at my house.
Okay.
So what I wanna do, Your Honor, is I wanna find out if this is my grandchild. So then I'm gonna have a different attitude toward this little girl.
Okay, then that's what we need. Let's focus on what we need to do to be able to get to the other side. When it comes to 21-month-old Jasani Daniel, It has been determined by this court. The percentage of relatedness between Miss LaWinda Banks and Jasani Daniel is 99.99%. You are related.
What now?
I'm sorry, Jada. I just needed to really know. I just needed to know. Please come.
Just stand still. Just, you can make it. You can make it. I know
sorry,
you've
baby.
been through a lot.
Please.
I'm sorry.
It's okay, and I forgive
sorry.
you, but I
I'm
need
sorry.
a minute.
Listen,
sorry.
I need a minute.
let's take a breath. She's just saying she's sorry. When you've been through this kind of trauma, I mean, this isn't just disappointment. This isn't even betrayal. This is tragedy. This is trauma. Both of you are still suffering. And you may say, oh, she moved on to the next one. Many people go through trauma in that way too. I want you ladies to start thinking about your mental and emotional health, because the way you feel and the way you behave is going to directly affect that beautiful little boy.